Hey all, this is Travis Fritz from Old Nation talking to you this time about Turps Double IPA. So this is a one-off release that we're doing in our Double IPA series. It was started this year by My. We're hoping that folks that enjoyed that will enjoy Turps. It's a really interesting spin on the style for us as brewers. It's our opinion here in the brewery that this is the best double IPA that we've made. That would include My, which is a triple IPA. But really what these beers, as everybody knows, New England IPAs revolve around is hop aroma. And for Turps, which is a New Zealand slang for either beer or a hangover, depending on who you ask, is to really just go with Southern Hemisphere hops, which are interesting, right? They're not completely weird in the context of these beers because what they primarily feature is the same kind of tropical and citrus fruit notes that you're used to from the hops that we use in most of our New England IPAs and most folks do from the Pacific Northwest. What's interesting about these Southern Hemisphere hops is terroir. So like Citra and some of the American versions of these kind of disco hops that we use in New England IPAs, these are all often triploid versions, or that is to say, they're hybridized from other known hops like Saz or these noble old line hops. And what you get, of course, is, what we're used to in New England IPAs: passion fruit, guava, citrus, or, specifically orange peel, or tending more toward lime or lemon. That's there in these Southern Hemisphere hops. But what's interesting to me is the way that they kind of spin against that drive. And quite often that's done, and particularly in the case of Southern Passion, which we use as an aroma hop for this beer, in expressing just a small amount of coconut or melon, these softer aromas and flavors that, again, present a counterpoint to the hops that we're used to. So while the beer will taste familiar, there's this underlying nuance that we find extremely interesting. And by the way, for a high ABV beer, like always for us, the idea here is balance. So we're fermenting this down as far as we can. It's not a particularly sweet beer. It's very drinkable. This, some people say, will disguise the ABV. Of course, the ABV is there. But what it really does for us, more than just, make a big, strong beer, is that this higher ABV allows these hop oils and these hops to be sort of subsumed and expressed in a way that is way more intense than it would be in a lower ABV beer without a ton of work. So what we get is a very drinkable, relatively strong beer in ABV with these incredible nuanced notes of citrus. Again, passion fruit is a primary one, particularly for Rawaka and Galaxy. Orange is another one. Grapefruit is another one. So those are the big, bold flavors that are up front, with this undercurrent of melon and coconut to just soften it and spin it a little bit. And we just find it to be a wonderful beer, and we hope that you all do too, and you have fun wherever you find it. That is it for Turps. Look for it soon. Get it if you see it, because we're making one of these and it'll be gone until next year. So thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you next time.